I think we ought to talk for a minute about the production process too, because obviously you're delivering value in the homes, and you've got a pretty clean process, which is leading up to good walkthroughs with customers at the end of the production process. How do you handle that? What's the modus operandi on your production systems?
Well, we have a process during construction where we stay in communication with the customers, and then we have processes for inspections during construction. We call it a pre-drywall tour, and we have systems at the end. Maybe Brett, maybe you could tell us a little bit about those. And
after the customers met with Ollie to make all their selections, we receive a selection sheet in the field that then I will contact the customers as I'm building their home about once a week. We talk with them, let them know the updates on their house, let them know that what we're doing that week, what we're going to take care of for them. And then once we get to the drywall stage, after all the rough-ins are done, we meet with the customer to make sure that we have everything in correctly as they wanted it, to make sure that we have all of their low voltage surround sound wiring done and everything that is kind of a custom feature for them. And then once we finish the house, we continue to contact them week by week, let them know where we're at. And then at the very end, we have Ryan come out as well. We do a walkthrough with the house, because my eyes, after seeing the house every day for 3 months, sometimes I turn a blind eye to something that someone else may notice when they walk through. So Ryan comes in and does a quality control list with us. We take care of those items. And then after we've done all that, we bring the customers out. We give them a red carpet treatment, have them cut a red ribbon to open their house up.
Nice.
They come in and walk through the home, and we have a chance to walk through with them to make sure that everything that they dreamt up with Allie, to make sure that their house was their own, got installed like it should be, and deliver the final product.
So you sell the house to Ryan first?
I do.
That's what happens.
Ryan has to come through and make sure it's
And
good.
who does the walkthrough, the final walk with the customer?
We both do.
Both of you do?
We kind of treat it as a handoff meeting, because up until that point when they move in, I'm in charge of building their house and making sure everything works like it should and is done correctly. Once we go through that meeting and identify any other problems or anything that could have been missed, I take care of those items. Then afterward they move in, then Ryan's in charge of taking care of our customers from there on out, to make sure that after they live there, he'll take care of any other issues that they may come across.
It gives a clean break for production to warranty, and also that we talked a little bit about the perception of items, and I think that's a huge thing, is because you have totally different customers. Some people, if you get a list of 5 items, that's a great list. Okay, that's not bad at all. But you have a customer that, you know, is perceiving their house to be a 5 list is a big list. You know, we do our best to, you know, make them know that, you know, a 5-item list is a great house.
Yeah.
For a walkthrough, and for all the systems we have, all the inspections, a 5-item list are usually mostly paint touch-ups or something that is really, really minor. And, you know,
that's setting the expectations, right?
Yep.
Yes.
It is.
It's an important part of
you just got to read the customers a lot, you know, when you're walking through, and see what they're feeling, and how to, you know, go about talking to them about the items. Some are like, sweet, only 5 items, and some others are like, but we've learned to hopefully deal with them and read them a little better. So, speaking
of setting the expectations, we also have another system that we use. We call it a kickoff meeting, and that after the customer has signed a contract with us, we will actually bring them in here to this very room. We will feed them dinner. We present a PowerPoint presentation to them, explaining the whole process from start to finish on the process of selections, construction. We even talk about our purchase order system that we use, you know, within our building company, and explain to them the change order process. You know, we have a purchase order system, and so after a certain point in time, the door has closed within which they can make changes.
Right.
And some people don't understand that, and we let them understand that at some point in time, we've ordered everything, and they can't make changes anymore. And they're going to be happier because they made their selections early on in the process and so forth, and we're not having changes at the last minute or whatnot. That's just one item we cover. We go over our warranty with the customer at that time. We go over the selections process. We basically set expectations for them during that meeting, and then also gives a chance for them to meet our team. Up until that point, they've just met Jan and her team. Then we get an opportunity at this point to introduce them to Allie and our construction team, Brett, and our warranty team, Ryan. And even our mortgage team will have them come in and introduce them to them as well. So,
it's really interesting too, because in a way we sort of let them inside our company. They get to see our processes and us, and when, you know, through that process they come to the understanding that we care about them, and as they've interacted with every single person. Where we have a challenge is when we sell a house to, let's say, you know, we call them quick move-ins. Some people call them spec houses. You know, maybe it's a home that somebody hasn't been able to close on, or one we have built, you know, so that we have some ready for people to move in. And when those people don't go through that whole process, they don't have that same feeling. They have the feeling that, you know, all builders are difficult to deal with, and they're going to rip me off, and then as soon as they have my money, I'll never be able to, you know, get them back to fix the plumbing leak or anything like that. It's you know, we haven't had an opportunity to let them get to know us and have that feeling of trust and confidence with us. And we had kind of an interesting experience about a month ago. We sold one of our model homes, and so our customers hadn't gone through that experience. And they showed up for the new home orientation kind of like this. They were determined to be grumpy. Is that right, Ryan? You know,
they were grumpy.
They were grumpy.
They were determined. They were already grumpy.
They were.
Well, yeah, people are scared, and we found that in the research too. We actually documented a 4-point difference between homeowner satisfaction for those that go to a meeting prior to versus those that don't. And it's all about education. Home building is a unique animal, it's a unique product that people need to understand.
Yeah, but you know, after they spent a couple of hours with them and they explained everything and they got to know Ryan and Brett a little better, they left feeling pretty good. Their realtor called me and expressed how nice she thought that it had gone, and how impressed she was.
Good.
So, but
well, you probably get some high marks from that one.
It started out as a grumpy situation.
Turned
out maybe okay, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I bet it's going to turn out real good.
Hey, you're dealing with a difficult market here, just as most builders are across the country. Salt Lake has gone through